Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Eddie Luna, and this is The Rollback. And folks, this is what, the 11th Harry Potter film? And I'd like to make like a minor thing about this. 11 times a Harry Potter film has come out, and 11 times I've been there at the premiere. A record that probably matters to nobody, but damn it, it matters to me. And as we all know, my opinion is the most important. I'm only kind of being sarcastic, just a little bit. So ladies and gentlemen, Fantastic Beasts, not the Crimes of Grindelwald, I'm sorry, that's the last one, that's the worst one. This is The Secrets of Dumbledore. So to any hardcore Harry Potter fan, everyone knows Dumbledore as the grandfather / father-ish figure, somewhat to Harry in the initial series that made this whole franchise, a multi-billion-dollar industry. At this point, it seems like they're going in an odd direction, but I appreciate the fact that they were going this way, and then they went this way, and this way is so much better. Let me explain. So, The Secrets of Dumbledore, essentially the third film in the series, follows Grindelwald. He's escaped, he's amassed his army, and he's making a play to become the president of the Wizarding World, essentially. Their High Chancellor, their Prime Minister, whatever the hell you want to call it. A little interesting, I think. There were a lot of plays here, like false information, kind of like what's called fake news. There's a lot of planting people, the echoance of a story, kind of like, oh, see, that muggle was trying to assassinate me. Playing victim. That's kind of relevant to today's political climate. Just fucking saying. That said, though, looking to the real world to inspire your villains is nothing new. If anything, I kind of appreciate it. This was a very different style of Harry Potter film that we haven't really seen, that I wish they would go into more often. See, the first film felt like it was a journey. There were new creatures. It didn't feel that terrible. The first film was very much surrounded in a magical creature. Great job. Second film. Third film, espionage, trying to stop a would-be murderer coming to power. I can get behind that. That's a story we can all understand. Genuinely, though, I kind of thought Grindelwald was going to win. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. But it's not completely infuriating. This film, so I should probably go over the actors real quick. We have Eddie Redmayne playing Newt Scamander, as always. Jude Law playing Albus Dumbledore. Good job right there. And then I have to bust out the list because there's so many actors in this film. There's so much going on. Pardon me. We have Ezra Miller playing Credence Bonebear or Albus Dumbledore? Albus Dumbledore. You get what the fuck I'm saying. We have Don Fogler playing Jacob Kowalski. He's great. He's fun. He's the comedic heart of this film. He's been the comedic heart of all the films. We have Callus Turner playing Theseus Scamander. I like him a lot, but I have thoughts momentarily. We also have Miss Jessica Williams playing Professor Ilua Lally Hicks. She was great. Again, solid fucking addition. Mads McKinley playing Gilbert Grindelwald, which might be the most divisive part of this film because, as we all know, the Johnny Depp thing happened, and then the Johnny Depp thing was, unreasonable, but now it turns out it might be, but not really, it isn't, and then just, Look, that's a can of worms for another day. That's not a can of worms meant for this small production. No thank you. I want nothing to do with that. Jesus Christ. We have Miss William, and I'm gonna butcher this, and I'm sorry. William Nedelium playing Ms. Yusuf Kama. We have Victoria Yeats, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, playing Bunty Brokach. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these pronunciations. I'm not the best at this. I'm sorry. We have Richard Coyle playing Aberforth Dumbledore, which, good for him. He had a somewhat of an important role in this film, actually. Aberforth Dumbledore. Some of you may know him as that old dude with the big beard who just slammed his cane into the floor and all the Dementors went away during the Battle of Hogwarts. Beastly entrance, if I ever saw one. And the dude's powerful. And lastly, which is the thing that kind of threw me off the most, Catherine Waterston as Tina Goldstein. I don't understand why she wasn't in this film. I'm not aware. Maybe there were some issues behind the scenes that she couldn't be. I think a lot of this film was shot in the COVID times, so possibly, but I can't say for certain. That said, I can only really examine the film based off what they gave me, not what it could have been. I'll tell you how it should have been later on. You know that part's coming. Because if I have any fucking opinions, it's about DC and Harry Potter in that order. Again, like shit. Anyway, so, pros of this film. Decent story. I like the story. I like the new direction that they're going. You know, Harry Potter should be explored in new and fascinating ways. This was a political thriller slash... Like, it was different versus, you know, what all the other Harry Potter films were, which was, you know, kids in school, YA. This was a completely different direction, and I respect it, and I loved it. I like... This is what they should do more often. Now, if I can have a film about a wizard spy in World War II, if I can have a film about a Quidditch team beating the odds and going to the World Cup, I'd appreciate that. If I can have a buddy cop detective film with two wizards, again, I'd appreciate that very fucking much. Make these one-shots. They'll be loved. Nonetheless, this film also did a lot to try and, to some degree, hamper and to some degree try to help it course correct a lot of the mistakes from the earlier film. Again, first one, good. Don't touch it. Great film. The second one, though, famously dropped the ball in a lot of ways. Which I think actually tore up a lot of the fans' trust in the writing. Like, the second one was so bad that people started to wonder, are they milking this for money? Which, I mean, yeah, you could probably assume that, but don't fucking make it that easy, guys. Come on. Other pros in this film, though, I love the fact they were going all over the place. This was a worldwide affair. I do also appreciate the fact that, you know, we got to see, we're exploring the Wizarding World. This is the council. This is how people are voted in, and such and so forth. Which, again, I appreciated that. I like that. More world building, please and thank you. I like the idea of exploring Dumbledore's past. It's interesting. This isn't, again, I would argue an iconic character. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are definitely etched into, like, pulp culture lore. Dumbledore, maybe less so, but still, nonetheless, I respect them. I respect the fact that they went that far. Besides that, I get it, and I appreciate the idea that they had to try and retcon stuff like Credence becoming a good guy, still trying to assassinate Dumbledore, who he thought was his brother. It turns out it's his uncle. I like the melodrama there, the family stuff. Kind of wish they had filmed some flashbacks. Maybe that would have helped tell the story just a little bit easier for the audience to, you know, keep up. I also like the fact that the Chilean bows to Dumbledore, kind of showing he is worthy of this power. Something that he made very clear in the Harry Potter films. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Cornelius Fudge even says, "You and I both know you could be the Prime Minister if you wanted to." And Dumbledore says, "Nah, fuck that noise." Well, no goddamn wonder Fudge is scared of him. Because Dumbledore is written to be the best. He's the one punch man of, like, good magic dudes. Like, Dumbledore is just, like, very empathetic and humble because of what's happened. He's been through some emotional shit in his life. That said, let's talk about the cons, of which there are more than a few, to be fair. We have to be honest with this film. This film felt like, for one, again, it was trying to course correct a lot of things. There were a lot of fuck-ups in the second film that they corrected in this one. Credence being Dumbledore's brother. No, he's Aberforth's son. That way, you know, the lore stays intact. Queenie Goldstein going bad. No. She's good. She's good. We apologize. She's a good person. She'd be good. Grindelwald, his motivations, I guess, he's not very lively in this film. Why not just bring back Colin Firth to play him? Like, Jesus, like, just have him and it'd be like, I thought you looked different. Like, that was my fake form. I had multiple personalities. I kind of forgot what the fuck I looked like, if I'm being honest with you. Or something, I don't know. I'm shooting from the hip at this point, folks. What else? What other cons? Lastly, and this is kind of my biggest, like, takeaway from this film, and I don't like saying this, Newt's character. Newt was meant to be the new Harry, at least as far as I understand. And I hate to say this, it feels like when they wrote this film, they had to come up with a part for him rather than him being an intrinsic part of the film initially. What I mean by that is this. So Newt is meant to be the new Harry, but the way they're writing it, it feels like they're stuck with him. To put it into perspective in like a sports reference, it's like the Dallas Cowboys signing a average to good running back for a stupid amount of money, and then he doesn't produce. God damn it, Elliot. Anyway, I'm sorry, that's bleeding in here. Essentially, it's like a major sports team signing a major athlete, and then they realize he's busted goods, but they're stuck with him. Not to say that Newt, or more importantly, Eddie Redmayne's great. He's an amazing fucking actor. Newt is a great character, but they didn't utilize him very well. They wrote this script, seemingly to me, like they were stuck with him, rather than him being a major part of the film or being the main cog in it. If you're going to make this guy one of your top 3, you need to treat him like... It's wrestling logic, to quote Fernie. You have to treat him like he's a big deal for us to believe he's a big deal. You know why Harry was such a big fucking deal? Because he was the chosen one. He was the youngest Seeker in 100 years, okay? He was the one that made Voldemort go away. He was the kid that everyone would look at and say, the Scar. Harry felt like a big deal. Newt, on the other hand, doesn't in any way. And if he's meant to be a soft-spoken guy, fair enough. But at the very least, we should think he's a big deal. The Wizarding World doesn't have to look at him and say he's a Titan. But at the very least, we should look at him and say, no, that's our boy. That's our guy. And they failed to do that. This film, again, fares definitely better than the second film. As good as the first, maybe not. But again, if the trajectory of the films is this, I'll take it. As long as they keep going upward, or at least stay the course, I'll take it. There was a lot of course correction. Also, one last thing that's kind of bugged me a bit. Why the fuck wasn't Tina Goldstein in this? Newt's initial love interest in the first film and the second film. Why wasn't she here? You know what would have been a great part for her? Even if she wasn't available very much because of COVID-19? You know what you can do? Do this. There's a very important scene where Newt's assistant, the other zoologist, orders 6 suitcases. Not 5, not 4. She orders 6 more, right? 6. Plus Newt's original. That's 7. We only saw 5 in play. What if, and I'm just fucking saying, Tina had the 6th case, and I don't know, fucking give Dumbledore one of the other ones. Or some other character. Give someone the other case. Like, we don't forget maths. Or have her order 5. But either way, have the character at the very end be Tina. Have us be like, oh, that's the girl. That's Newt's love interest. She's there. She is there. Have her be in the goddamn film. At least just for that pivotal role. And she could tell Newt, remember Newt, you're not supposed to know everything. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because writing is not that hard. You just need to know the roles that you have, the characters you have to work with, and go from there. But no, they fucking made it predictable. Because everyone knew there were 5 cases, and we watched 4 get destroyed. So there's only 1 more left, right? No, you have Tina bring out a 6th case. Because remember, half dozen, we don't forget. We're not that stupid. Look, man, Hollywood, just hire me. I'll fix your scripts. Like the logic holes in it. The stuff that the fans would like to see. I know, because I'm one of them. Fuck. Could have fixed Morbius too. Go watch that video. That video is awesome. That said, what did you think of all this? Am I overthinking it? Did you like the Secrets of Dumbledore? Because again, it was definitely better than the Crimes of Grindelwald. I'm just saying. That said, that's going to end it for this episode of The Rollback. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. Go check out our podcast. We should be reviewing this very shortly. That said, I've been Eddie, and this was The Rollback. I'll see you, everybody.